Alright, welcome back. Um, I had a plan for today. I don't think it's going to work out. I was going to wait for 113 to come out, and it's out now, by the way. And then do a world tour in that because I didn't want to expose new elements of the map. To that end, I went back and over the last couple of weeks I've been playing this. I got a whole new version. I started over. Got clever this time. I waited until I could get into the nether and get the quartz so that I had comparators. So my sorting system is better this time. Where is it? There, I've got this as a. I always have a backup. Well, almost always have a backup. There have been a couple of exceptions which are regrettable. I have a real don't touch backup, so I can get back to 112.2 here where I am now. That was my plan if it didn't work out. But I still had this, so I just reverted. I tried loading this in 113, and it was miserable. I'm hoping it's not too laggy now that I've restarted the computer, which might help. What does the frame rate look like? Where is the frame rate? Oh, 9. That's awesome. 5. Okay. On my end, it looks like a game. A little stuttery, but it works. I'm hoping it's recording well enough. Anyway. Yeah, I just tried to do this. I burned like 45 minutes really just fighting the system. It wouldn't. Everything was delayed by about a second and a half. It was crazy. It was just not letting me. It wasn't acknowledging I couldn't fly. If I tried to take off from anything but I'd have to build a tower that was 30 meters tall just to have time to fall a ways and then manage to double jump to the point that I was soaring. It was bad. Anyway, that's not what I want. I do probably want some armor. I can leave that there. I have these on me, so it'll be fine. I took all this off because I didn't have a reason to, I wasn't really fighting anything. Anyway, yeah, so a couple weeks ago I just sort of shut down. I'm hoping that I can just drop down and, well, yeah, I'll start here because it's going to be... No, I'll come back. It'll make more sense if I do it the other way. There's a boat down there I don't want to hit. There it is. Get up, though. Actually, don't. I think I mentioned this. Just, well, I can't. One nice thing about 113, I would have been on the ground by now. You can just hit shift and get to the bottom of the ocean in a big hurry. So it's kind of a pity that I'm not aware of an ocean block map that is really 113 ready. Anyway, I put in a little door because that lift is not that one gets worse every time I look at it. Alright, so I've got this so I can get in and out of there without dealing with the damn stupid lift. Which is not really the starting point. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to go over to here somewhere. And I don't want to do this in totally chronological order because that'll take, 17 hours to walk back and forth 500 times. But I have a compass, I think, just right about here. Somewhat. No, it's back here, this one. Where is it? Well, anyway, right about here, this one, I guess. Is, the actual spawn point. This used to be a, just an island in the middle of nowhere. Those 3 trees over there, 3 or 4, there might be a, I think it's gone now. There was a birch tree like that. In fact, I think that is the birch tree. I think that one of the leaves... No, I got it later. I didn't get a leaf. It didn't give me any. Yeah, day 0, I started off right there. But, I think I was in the water, in fact, but I came out and it was an island, maybe 15 meters tall. And I had to swim over there, get wood, build a boat, and then swim. I'll show you in a bit. I really haven't looked in this in a couple of weeks, so I'm trying to... And I've been playing other stuff, so now I'm thinking of other maps. Went, got, wood, made a boat. Went about 1 kilometer north, found a village, stole a couple of villagers, one at a time, got them down here. Built a village on the shore of the island, which you can kind of sort of tell. I mean, the cobblestone element matches up almost exactly with where the edge of the island was, and then the island was, at least the height of that crate. Built the, well, I went over and got spruce saplings, obviously. So then I had stuff to work with, and yay, I'm in here. And so I had built a village. Gave them, I had a couple of like blacksmiths, I think, but gave them enough food to reproduce, mate, reproduce, give me a farmer. And from there, the farmer took over, and at this point, every villager alive in here, I think, is full of carrots. I like carrots for villages. With wheat, it technically takes less wheat, like per growth cycle, for them to reproduce. They only need 9 things of wheat as opposed to 12 for the carrots. The problem is wheat is awkward. Occasionally they don't get seeds, and at this point, all of the farmers would be full of seeds and have no room for the actual wheat. It becomes a mess eventually. I mean, we're up to like day 2161 here, so using carrots for them to farm. It's potatoes have a similar problem, and they can technically load up on the poisonous ones, and then there's no working with anything after that. So carrots are perfect. I like them. I could use probably the beets that we have now, but I don't know if they... I know you can give them to them and they'll mate, but I don't know if they'll dig. I've never really tested it, whether they dig them up. Alright, so yeah, we had an island. I flattened it, built it out into something of a rectangle. Built a big pasture. I've got reeds there, which at this point are a bit redundant. It's a nice big thing. I mean, if I go through that and get all of those, they'll fill up all of my spots at this, but just about. But a couple of episodes ago, I built this thing, so I'm really going out of order. Having gone to the nether in the end and whatever to get what I needed. The nether, mostly. Don't really have a name for this, I don't think. The chickenator's over there, the ovenator, whatever the hell all that is. This is simple, I guess. I mean, there's water on the other side of the dirt, obviously. Reeds grow up in front of the pistons, and when they grow up one more, the observer tells the piston through a circuit that you can't really see to fire the one piston beneath it. It knocks down 2 reeds, which ultimately end up just sort of sitting on the dirt. Occasionally they can fly off to the side, it's not a big deal. Cart comes around, it's a hopper cart, so it picks them up, and then immediately drops them into the nearest available hopper, which I'll feed into this, and I get these. So I've got all of this here. The ovenator is... I'm really doing this all backward. It's similar to the chickenator. You put stuff that you want to cook into this thing. If you put in logs, it will... if you put in anything but a log, because I've got a sorting system here, well, a system, it's a sorter, it's just a single one. There's charcoal there. So, if you throw, that's there for like, I don't have any handy, but I have a bunch of shulker boxes. So I can fill them up with, whatever, wherever I am. I don't think I have anything cookable in any of them. I can just set one down and it'll drain into this system until it's empty. Or I can throw something, straight into a thing, and it'll go in, get cooked. If it's a log like this, then it becomes charcoal. Goes through the system. This is going to kick up to 50 here in a minute. There it goes. If it's anything else, it ends up in here, and right now that's some dye and it's a fish. Got a whole bunch of fish right here, incidentally. I guess I could probably get the one fish I don't have. Oh, it's nighttime already, yay. The Chickenator, I have time, I think, to go. It's essentially that again. This is actually like the Mark III. The Mark I I took down to put this up. It was right here. The Mark II is in the desert. It really doesn't work. We'll get to that. A whole bunch of chickens are in here. It started with like one, I think. They lay eggs. And it's a little backward to try to talk about this. When there's this many, there's a crush dynamics now. So if like one more chicken gets it, or if one of these grows up, they'll fight for space, and there's critical mass. One of them will die and drop meat and probably feathers in here. Move. And go up the lift because there's a hopper clock here. Oh, it's working, more or less. If it's meat that goes into the whole system, I think that's the first one. Yeah, so I've got a sorting slot here. If it's meat, it gets pulled down out of the thing and into the hole, and I've got, you know, meat. If it's feathers, which occasionally it is, then it rolls down and becomes feathers. If it's anything else, which in almost all cases would be, I don't know what else it could be, but we'll assume that it could be something else. If it's an egg, it's neither meat nor feathers, so it just keeps rolling, falls into the dispenser here. Eventually, I think there's probably a couple, you know. This is actually just hooked up to the, you know, lift system, so when anything, egg, meat, feather, gets in here and gets sent up, halfway up, it triggers this torch, which tells the average did it. And now there's 2. And now there's 3 because it laid another egg. That must have been what triggered it. Fires an egg, like 1 in 8 eggs. They all break. About 1 in 8 will actually hatch into a chicken. Meaning actually a little, you know, chicklet. Which will eventually grow up and then crush chicken to death, and we get meat and feathers, and then we have a couple of boxes full of these things. I'm going to take a nap before we get ambushed because it'll happen. As something of a warning, this has been a weird day. The day actually started yesterday. I woke up yesterday afternoon. I've been sick as hell for almost a week. I mean, like, really uncommon. I've never been this sick in a real way. I had laryngitis for 3 or 4 days. It wasn't like it hurt to talk. It was like it hurt to try to talk, but also it didn't work. Nothing I did produced noise. I was able to whistle, which, you know, would be awesome if I were whistling at someone who had perfect pitch and all I wanted to say was cabbage. Because there's really only 7 letters that you can whistle. Then I woke up, yesterday afternoon, still miserably sick. And, now it's like 28 hours later, and I'm still awake, so I guess I'm back to normal. Throat hurts a bit, but it doesn't seem like I'm about to die anymore. I've got enough energy to do it. I can't sleep yet. That's what I'm saying. I'm back to normal. Another 10 or 12 hours, I'll get tired and get some sleep. So yeah, I built a village, day 2 or 3 really. I got started on that. Had villagers to throw in the middle and wait for the... I'm not really looking at it. I'm looking at a thing that doesn't even really need to be here. That village was early. Then we built a nether portal. I think what else is worth mentioning? It doesn't really matter. I'm going through this on the assumption that no one starting... If you start watching at this episode, it doesn't seem likely to me you're going to watch the 100 preceding it. Eventually, this was an ocean monument. So I got all of the stuff I needed to go in and... Well, to go in and kill the damned Elder Guardian, but they weren't in there. I don't know what happened. My best hunch is accidentally and invisibly. I didn't see it happen. I somehow must have either loaded this map in like, peaceful. Where is it options? Like the, I don't know. I didn't have it locked. I never lock it. I don't know why. I just don't. Or something, because when I went into it, we had problems other places with this damn thing. squeaking something that's going to pick up. Anyways, I didn't have the damn guard. I had to actually find other ocean monuments to get the sponges, but I got it all cleared out. That actually took like 3 or 4 real-time days. Just endless, you know, back in September, I just kept grinding at it till it was all gone. Got the monument out, got it all dried out, got the floor replaced eventually. Built, well, I had this village, you know, built. It's not unlike the other one, it's just technically backward and far enough away that they don't interfere. If it were much closer, then they would consider the 2 villages to be the same one, and then I would get golems just spawning wherever they liked. With this design, they spawn in there, go down a little hole in the middle, you know, like with the first one. And it's weird that I have so many like hatchling villagers. I don't know what happened. They go fall in that and go down into the. You saw the fissure in there. And what happens next? Because we've got there's a bunch of golems down there, and a bunch of fish coming in. They fight. They kill each other. Occasionally a slime will, because it's lit up, but it's under Y40, so, well, there's a slime right there. It can spawn inside the thing, and then get beat up by fish and golems, and then squids occasionally pop in there because it's like 20-odd, 30 meters from the rest of the ocean. The fish microwave the squids, and so I have all this, and then the cacti up there are partly because I wanted a cactus farm for like no reason. I have no use for cactus, but also that runs full time. And the way this system works, it all drains out through these hoppers into the lift. So it's like the Chickinator or the Ovenator or whatever again. But the problem is, if there's no activity in there, if they stop killing each other, nothing is pushing up new stuff. So with the cacti growing, there's always something going through the system, giving me giving me cacti, which are useful, and this never stops, basically. And then it gets to the top and goes through a really big sorting system, which is, you know, pretty obvious to look at. It comes in and makes decisions, and that's, you know, this and this is. So I've got the golems give me iron and roses. Roses I really don't need. I mean, I've just got stupid numbers of roses. Iron, I've got tremendously stupid numbers out there. So that's already almost 3.5. It's like 7 crates, plus each of these is 5. So I got, and that's not the only iron source I have. Slime balls, because occasionally slimes get in there. About that occasionally, it's not often. Squids get in, or, you know, show up. Fish, I have stupid numbers of. And that's, again, I've got, you know, just cooked, ready to go, because I just had so much fish. Crystals and shards I've been sort of keeping up with. The crystals are growing back. The shards are probably about that many. Then I occasionally I pull them out and I mix them with ink and make dark prismarine, or sea lanterns, which I like a lot. Basic prismarine. That's not full. That's weird. The, you know, good prismarine that costs more. And then this is the junk drawer, which is meant to be like, if something falls in that I'm not anticipating. How'd you get out? Why did you get out? I hate you so much right now. Why would you be out? Who are you? Are you important? I've never seen you. Do what you want, I don't care. You'll fall down or something eventually, get eaten by something. This I think is where I've been stashing the cactus. Yeah, and that's full. So yeah, the idea was random stuff might get in there that I'm not accounting for, and I don't want the system jamming. Which means that, you know, in practice I've just been throwing junk in the whole system to get it off of me, and I probably ought to get through, so yeah, those are backing up now. Because once I get up there, and, you know, it'll take a little while for, especially cactus alone, to back it up, but it'll eventually jam up the system, and I'll have a broken sorting system for a change. Got a bunch of these, and a whole bunch of these, so I've got it sorted. You know, I'm not even sure at this point. This used to be the contents of the ender chest, but I made changes, so I just dumped everything in here into here. Lots of fireworks, these things, so I can fly around. Redstone and stuff associated with it, you know, just got the whole colorblind thing, so it's not really relevant to me that it's, you know, arrows for some reason are pink, because I said so. I guess because, you know, they expose blood and bone, and if you mix the two, you get pink. Sure, that's why. I'm really annoyed that he's out. I don't know how he got out, but he did. Anyway, and this is the lift system that just doesn't work. I mean, it does, especially going down, but man, it just sucks. It's really temperamental, I guess. Yeah, so this again, we cooked, stuff, and if it were anything else, it would go in here. I talked about that for a second. Oh, this is just, I was being funny, really, more than anything. It's like 700 hoppers. It took, you know, I've got the iron, and I've got a tree, and I've got bones to grow the tree quickly. It still took like 3 or 4 hours to do. The point of it is, eventually it occurred to me that I could go like, you know, well, 140 meters. I could go up to a level 200. And then go up another like 25 meters, build a monster factory that wouldn't be affected. I'd be far enough away from anything down there that monsters could spawn, kind of like I was in Skyblock or a Flat World or whatever. Which, you know, used to be the case. It worked for a while. Now I've got so much other going on up here that it doesn't work as well as it used to. It's cool. It can stay here. It doesn't hurt me. Well, while I've got a sec, yeah, so I'm not doing this on 113 because it was just bad, so I don't know. It's still going to be a fairly long episode if we do all of this, but, I don't know, I'm just going to have to see what happens with if they would get a patch for 113 right away that fixes things for us. I don't know. There's like one monster up there. It's just kind of sad. I used to get like 40 or 50 at once, and they would just, you know, ring, especially after a couple of minutes of standing here, they would just endlessly fall at me, and I could kill them all. It doesn't matter that much, it's just, you know, things have changed, because then I built these, which are big speakers. They're, portals. They're as big as they can possibly be and still work, and then there's like, you know, 2 sets of, it's 9 or 10 of them. Might be 9. Seems like 10 was going to be a little much. And it doesn't work as well as it seems like it used to. Used to be you could shoot arrows at these things and it would anger them. Now I have trouble punching them. The problem is a lot of my weapons are really overloaded, so if I shoot a power 5 arrow at one of these, it's just going to kill them, and they don't seem to notice that it happened. So what I've got to do is catch them in exactly the right spot where I can kind of punch one. Oh, there's that monster. I can kind of punch one and it will come at me, and all of its friends will come after me because I did a thing to one, you know how they work. And then can I get him? No, probably not. Let me try. No. There's nothing I can do to him. Oh, I can. Well, that didn't used to work. Cool. Now it does. So anyway, they're all very angry at me, and they're going to stupidly run on, you know, across the trapdoors, which aren't really a floor, unbeknownst to they, and I get to go down here, and, you know, I wasn't really expecting this. I didn't occur to me that if you had them angry at you and they fell to their death, yeah, because it's just far enough, it's like 30-odd meters. Well, it's, yeah. Actually, it's only 25. Oh, yeah, I don't know why I kept thinking that. They only have to fall 24 to die. 24 or 25. It's because in Skyblock, I would go into the Nether and build platforms with those guys spawning up there, but they had to be 32 meters away to spawn in the first place. That's where I got confused. So they fell 32 meters and died. But they just did that, you know, in Skyblock, it was like they just did that because they existed, is what they did. In this, they're angry at me, and apparently when they land while angry, I get experience, so it's a small amount, you know, relatively speaking. But it builds stuff up. It's kind of cool. So about that, let's kind of move on to the next thing. So I guess I could mention that even if I'm just standing here, and I do that sometimes, I'll just, you know, look down in case an Enderman shows up. It can't see me seeing it, so it doesn't care. This is kind of a remnant of how it used to be before I got these built. But the whole thing, where I went down to get the experience, it all feeds into this, you know, another lift system gets in here, rolls underneath here. That doesn't really count. It's always going to be empty, and then it goes in, and there's another sorting system, because apparently I like sorting systems now. I really don't, but, you know, they kind of sort of work for a little while, so they're better than trying to do it by hand. Anyway, and then we have these, like, 700 hoppers, because I can, and, then, meat, which, actually, if I'd stayed up there, I think I'm going to have to do something about the meat, because I think it's getting within about 20 or 30 meters of, jamming. It's that, I've got meat for, like, the next 100 meters. It's nuts. Bit of gunpowder, not as much as I might like. I used to hate gunpowder, it just got in my way. I never make TNT. I don't like blowing stuff up because it's not hard to control. But now that I can make these, I suddenly like gunpowder, and I don't have as much of it as I might like. Bones, of course, you know, and then I can grow stuff. Arrows, so I can, because I can't have a mending bow that's infinite anymore. I might either revert to 111 real quick, so I can do that, because I can revert and not lose stuff out of the crates. If I just go back to 111, if I go back further, I'll lose it all. Or I could probably just cheat my way, and I could give myself I really hate that I can't have the arrow anymore. I could, if I built it, if I started this in 111 and just kept it, I'd have it, but someone somewhere decided that I didn't really want the thing, and they took it away. A bit of gold, because I've been keeping on top of that. Which, again, if I just stand up there, they'll fall to their... And each one gives me, like, one nugget, and you can guess how many died over the last couple of game years. And then another spillover, which, again, is just kind of a junk basket where I tend to throw stuff. Because I do that for some stupid reason. Oh, these I can just melt. Which is kind of stupid. I mean, for what you get out of it, it's not worth the fuel. But then again, the fuel's right there. The way I've got this built, I can throw in a big clump of logs, and I'll just get endless charcoal. I'm actually almost in danger of jamming the system. If I burn just another 6 or 7... Well, no, actually, I need a couple of dozen to really jam it, but it could happen. And we don't want that, so, you know, they'll burn, and because they're not charcoal, they bypass the sorting check thing there and go in here, and then I get gold. So, yay. Let's go back to spawn real quick. I guess the way to do this would be to take the railroad. So yeah, this was the island. Well, it still is the island, just there's more now. That's the portal. This gets me... Because spawn is basically negative 128 by negative 128. It's within sight of it anyway. It's, you know, a matter of meters away. The house here is kind of centered on 0 by 0. I always like knowing where 0 by 0 is. Just so that if nothing else works in the world, I can always find my way to a point. So if I can... I probably want that overall one day. Just grab it real quick. If I can get to this, you know, point, I can get to where I was, and even if I don't have a compass, if it's... I don't know. If I can't see for some reason. So I've got a house which is made out of white concrete, because we have that now. I'm slowly building, really slowly. It's been in progress for a very long time. This is, you can see more of it from upstairs. It's a a snow factory. This is a kind of a convoluted grinding. Well, and also I burn stuff. I'll show you from the top. It'll make more sense up there. There's a bed where I can, because it goes in the foyer apparently. It's really just not done. I'll get to it. This thing. I don't know if I have like an iron. But yeah, I do have one. It doesn't matter. It's just a cobblestone generator. You bang on these, they all drop. Instead of going in here as they usually would, they go the other way. And into a series here of... can I do that and get back? Probably not. Series of storage, because you can outrun the oven. Then this one is more for throwing in fuel, whether it's just coal or charcoal. Or it's not quite the ovenator. I'm going to rebuild it at some point, so it will be the oven. Oh, it could get back. Oh, and then this is, I don't have a... No, I do have a shovel. I just don't want to use it. There's a snowman in there. You can maybe see it. I just basically, hit it at his feet with a shovel and get lots and lots and lots and lots of snow. Really quickly, too, especially with this thing. It's efficiency 4. It breaks through stuff so fast that it doesn't. It just removes the texture, and then you get these invisible barriers. Storage room, which the more I think about it, may not be big enough for all the blocks we have here, and really won't be big enough in 113 if I can get it to work with all the different blocks. But it's an assortment of... I've got some monster loot stuff. Each one of these conceivably is, a double crate of something. Sand is... Yeah, so I got some sand still. I've got not a lot of these because I was building stuff. Do have a lot of those. I think I have some glass. Probably I have a bunch of these that I don't have on me. I could probably fill that up. But anyway, yeah, storage room. So this will be where I can have just a huge amount of various things. And that'll, one-stop shopping. And then we have a big room that has no purpose, followed by like another 7 of these. There is one coming up down here that you can hear it because this is where the slimes begin to happen. I wanted a snow room that was apparently a creeper that blew up. I think I got in a fight with something. I wasn't here. But what else could have happened? It's got to be a creeper. So the ocean is... I dug down through the ocean, filled in... well, first I filled in the walls and then emptied out, dried out the first few levels, and then we started getting into... well, I dried out the... I lavaed the levels is what I did. Oh, this is... can I get back there without getting hurt? No. I'm going to have to kill something. Just wait. There's a... this was the ocean. Right around here was the ocean bed. Kind of why the walls look like that. I could probably do something about that sometime. Where am I? Somewhere here should be... Yeah. Right about here, down a couple of meters, is a spawner just hovering, because it was the... a couple of meters down was the floor of a dungeon just under the bottom of the ocean. Strange place to find it, but I did. I got rid of the top of it, by which point I'd had it dried out. Built this shaft thing. I gotta get away from him. And the shaft leads down to, like, level down here. There's more of it. And what's going on here? Yeah, I just triggered it. If I'm just here, nothing happens. Well, I can kill zombies. But nothing really happens. I'm not close enough to the spawner to activate it. But if I climb this ladder, I am. So I've got a little window I can watch them fall in. And when it gets, well, if it gets really jammed up, they start crushing each other to death. So these hoppers, most of them are actually already full of stuff. But, otherwise I can get enough of them in there to make it worth coming back down. And I suddenly wonder, I probably could have lights in there that wouldn't really interfere with much of anything. I think I have armor. Do I? Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Because I got hurt. Okay. And then, yeah, it's all pretty full in here at the... What was that? No, that doesn't really go there. Oh, whatever, I'll get to it. So yeah, there's that. Then this is the, main... bit. This is where I started just silk touching to get, smooth stone instead of cobblestone. I didn't want to have to cook it when I was filling in all of the damned... Because then, you throw them up... Well, you have this now, but get the stone brick and you can make blocks and stairs and whatever. It's just faster to silk touch the ceiling down here for the smooth stone than to get cobblestone and then have to cook it and wait for it to cook, and it's a big mess. Some of the snow level, I built a bunch of snowmen. Turns out they can climb ladders. They can go down ladders, which I didn't really know. And then I found out they can go up ladders. It's a good thing I grabbed that. I don't think, yeah. I could do this real quick. I've got to get in first. This, I think, leads to... I think this one leads to the spiders. I haven't been down here lately. So we're going like west. You can tell the setting sun just beyond the range of rendering. Oh good. Am I going to be able to push through that? More or less. Did I get it? No, I'll get out on the way back. This had to wait because it went under the ocean monument, so back when there were guardians that hadn't yet not existed, or, elders, they would gong you if you got too close, so. And then one day they all just I don't know what happened. And, the way this thing's acting, if I try loading it in 1.13, I really don't know what's going on. So we're here, and I've got things. I've got, a place I can kill spiders. I don't know if there's anything in there, no. But I can put down, I've got the shulker boxes in here. I can just put one down and carry out the stuff with me when I go. The rest of this is just a standard, kind of, dungeon-y thing. That's how I initially got in. Doesn't really matter. Otherwise, it's not a dungeon, it's a, mineshaft, in fact. And a bit of a ride back, and then there's another one like this, but minus the tracks, which is a problem. That leads to a skeleton factory. Which I suppose we can also do. Pick it up. Okay. It's not like I have any iron that I can make more of those. It's a hassle. What it really is I'm good at forgetting to do it. Then I get to a bunch of tracks that I could roll down. I don't have anything to roll down them with on me. I never have iron on me. I don't know why. I should have a bunch. About that, coming up here in just a sec, is we get out of here, and this was all obviously filled in. I had to excavate it, and I put in the sea lantern so we have lights down here. Eventually it used to be torches, but I got rid of them. This is a big mess. This, I guess you can probably, it's nighttime. That's the first village up there, so there's, just endless golems coming down here getting fried by lava. Which ends up in it. The problem more is that the damned roses are backing up. I guess it should be on my whiteboard, but it isn't. I'll just try to remember. This is like level 12. Well, yeah, this is level 12. That's 11. I want to basically just run this, dodge to the side so I don't take out that light. And again, the other village and where the ocean monument was and all that is that away. So I could probably just hook up that to the system I have and just get more iron and roses into the that's up at like level, right about where I am, 32. Yeah. So I'd have to get it over there and then elevator it up to meet the existing system. It's not a big deal. It's just it's gonna take some time, and I probably won't bother filming doing it. Oh, I didn't go to the skeleton factory. You know what? It's a skeleton factory. It's like the zombie factory. It's just if you go down through the corner. I'm not gonna bother with it because it's gonna take 10 minutes for like no reason. I grabbed this because it wasn't gonna be here anymore, so I can put that back. I think if I go in here, I should be able to... Hang on. Whoa, what? What? What the hell could be wrong? Why are you all here and why are you mad at me? Explain. I've never seen that. I've never seen anything resembling that. It was like those ant towers in like World War Z with the zombies. That's what that was. I've never... Oh, you know exactly what that was. I know exactly. Those are also portals, and I antagonized a stupid... And they went in? Are they going to still be in there? And are they going to run a... Wow, I'm about to get killed again, I think. I don't know.
They know.
Yeah, they really do. Wow, this sucks. Okay. So, I can't even see. I don't know which one I'm facing. Is that the portal? Can I leave? Are they going to kill me before I can leave? Yes. They certainly did. They effectively made me dead. So, whoa, dick. No. Oh, Belgium. Gotta go. Yeah. You guys are not pleasant. No! Hooligans! Moonwalking cow! Why does it suck? Yeah, you just know. Wow. I just honestly never thought about that before, and it's actually a really big problem, isn't it? Damn. They killed me, and then they were so... Why are they still mad at me? No, die. What? Something hit me that's a short one or something. Die. Well, you're also stupid. You won't come after me, but you're mad at me. So if I go near you, we have a problem. Oh, man, did that suck. What the hell? I didn't... What was the cow doing? I don't get it. Everything's weird. Alright, so we're not doing that right now. We're going to do something different. We're going to go do not that. We're going to go... I'm never going to want this. Let's just be real. I've got so much zombie... Excuse me. Damn, that was just bad, wasn't it? I am not in favor of that. I'm just going to go ahead and... No, that's wrong. Don't really need this, technically. I've got a sword. How nice. I have another way to do something like that that's not that. I've got wings. I've got this. I don't want that. Well, so that changes what we're doing today. Let me get up here. Actually, you know, I don't even care. I'll just do it over here. I'll be fine. At this point, after trying to load this map in 1.13, it was really horrible, so... I think I can just do this, though. Yeah. So, we'll fly away from the carnage for a bit. Yeah, there's the island I swam to get the first bits of wood, and yeah, that birch tree just doesn't exist anymore. I didn't get a sapling, so I couldn't replant it. Or if I did get a sapling, I kept it so I'd have a I don't even remember, because it was a year ago. A kilometer up here somewhere. Wish I could be a lot faster if I had portals. I can't apparently go into the nether and stay alive for very long. By the way, I keep inventory on because occasionally the game cheats and throws a whole bunch of pigmen at me. Here's a village where I, stole a couple of villagers. Took them down, built a village around them. They seem happy for, a bunch of mass-producing slave animal things. This is, look at it, remember it, we're done. Also I got some foodstuffs, some seeds. Apart from that, I've got, that would be nice if I could get up there. Yeah. And then, that might be a... I'm not real good at taking off from the ground. I don't know why, I just haven't got it yet working yet. I'll get it over time. Yeah, there. If I go... See, and this is what I didn't want to do, because again, I don't want to load up all this map, and then when we switch over to 113, if we can get that to happen. I won't have any 113 stuff here, because it's already been loaded, and the game knows I know about it. But I tried to load this in 113, and it was like when we did the pre-release thing a month or two ago. It was terrible. Just didn't work at all. Somewhere over here a ways is it's like 4 by something. There should be, yeah, there we go. Like a witch hut right in front of me somewhere. And then this weird above ground mine. I looked into it. Apparently it's been a thing forever. I just never knew this was a possibility. I didn't know these things could, like, manifest up here, but in a painted desert or whatever we're calling this. Where does it say? Mesa. There should be a witch hut. Where the hell is it? I know it's here. Well, it's here. I don't know where it is, but it's here. Somewhere. Is it? Well, there's a swamp. That would make sense. I don't know if it is here. I don't know if I care. I mean, it would have its benefit. Well, you know, it's for one thing, free redstone, which, if I were like in a sky block or a flat world, well, then you wouldn't have witches at all. But that would be a good way to get redstone. You don't, you don't have to buy it from a villager. But here, I mean, especially with this Fortune 3, if I see like a block of redstone, I'll get a dozen little rubies out of it because I just get so much. But they also would give me gunpowder, which, you know, I guess that would be a reason to kind of put together a thing. A witch factory. Might be an option, I don't know. I'm kind of looking for a couple of things, and I may have missed the first one. I'm not sure. I know where the second one is, that's not a problem. I got an ice farm somewhere around here, I just don't see it, and it's bugging me. It should be visible, but, oh, a village I didn't know about. I did, and then there's a, no? What the hell? Which way am I going? West, that's what I thought, okay. Maybe I haven't been here, I don't know. Anyway, up here... Oh, wait, 30... No, we're just not even there yet, that's what's wrong. So I think it's up at like 4,000. I'll know it when I see... Well, obviously I'll know it when I see it. Because, you know, I'll see it, and then I'll know what it is, because I'm looking at it. It seems obvious. It's somewhere around here. Yeah, it's maybe somewhere more around here. If I don't see it, the alternative is going another couple kilometers north, and there's a... I don't see it. That's weird. Is it that? Maybe. Or, on the other hand, perhaps not. No, this isn't it. Another 1,500 meters. 12. There's a mushroom island that I've got a portal sitting in, so that'll get me into the whole portal. I don't have a cart. I can't see because I'm flying over all my stuff. That's a problem. Yeah, I can walk. Where am I now? Okay, that's over here. I somehow just flew around. I really didn't want to do this. I'm loading all this stuff I've never seen. Which means it's going to look like this, and it won't have whatever plants you get in 113. But it'll work out one way or another. I think a lot of those things can be kind of transplanted. It's kind of looking that way. From what I haven't really looked at one, apart from trying to load this map in 113. I haven't really looked at it. But, you know, let's see if we get attacked for a change. Kind of hope not. It took a little while to get here. Looking okay so far. I don't think I have a cart handy, which is stupid, but whatever. That's alright. So anyway, this'll, I've got food, I'll just run. You know, bright side is that the whole King Straub flip into the, you know, talisman underground, upside down, it's all 8 to 1, so I can be home in a couple of minutes at this speed. You know, I can be back to the island where apparently there's monsters waiting to kill me to death. But first, I didn't go past it, did I? You know, I probably did. Well, somewhere there's a thing that I should be able to see it, though. There's a big thing. When I get there, I'll see it. There'll be a thing off to the side where I can get to that ice farm. There it is. Which, again, you know, there should be a cart involved here. That would be nice, but that's not something I have on me for some stupid reason. I gotta start carrying iron around with me. Probably have some in the shulker boxes, too. I haven't looked at them in a few weeks. That's okay. This way you can see more of, you know, just all the same nethery background. It's boring in here. Anyway, if I can get up here and... Oh, that's right, there's a bunch of gas... Oh, no. Are you mad at me? Are we okay? What are you doing? I think we're okay. He doesn't care. Yeah, the ghast cares. That's a problem. Shut up. Gotta go. Don't shoot at me. I don't want to break this thing. There's you. Yeah, so here's my ice farm. I've got the Silk Touch pickaxe here. As we get into 113, if we, you know, get this map, what is this, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's like 80. Well, actually, there's not because there's a stripe down the middle. If it were 81, I would have to take out all of this ice, compress, you know, 9 at a time into packed ice, and then compress 9. I think it's 9 packed ice into blue ice. Whatever blue ice is good for. I haven't played with it at all. But yeah, I'd have to go through all of it, you know, let it all freeze, and then dig it all up more than once to get 1 cubic meter of blue ice. So, on the other hand, I can probably just find this stuff in icebergs. I'm not too worried about it. But I haven't done a lot of working with it, but it is a thing. So there's that. Alright, and then I've got 21 is probably not... Well, I got this thing. Just grab this real quick and grab some rockets out of here. Don't need Silk Touch for that. Put it away because I'm not really using it. And then we can fly away, and we're not over time because I knew we were going to go long, but I don't know how long we're going to go. At the moment, it's going to be a bit. I'm really looking for a place I can jump and start flying. Maybe this? Yeah, okay. There's not a lot else. I'm going diagonally, which is really dumb because that's going to expose yet more stuff I've never seen. But what I want to do here is not go into the nether because that hurts. At least, you know, close to home it hurts. I don't know why. In my experience, if they kill you, that's the end of it. They calm down and don't care anymore. I don't know what that was. They killed me 3 times. Well, no, yeah, it was twice. I got back out when they followed me. I don't know. That was weird. And it's like, you know, 112, so it's not like a new thing. It's just I've never seen it happen. What I'm aiming for is like about negative 1900 by positive 1200 is the next stop. Have I gone in there? If I get gonged, I haven't. I don't think I have. Oh, I did, because there's a village over... Yeah, we did that a few episodes ago. Went in and actually managed to kill an Elder Guardian or 3 on Well, one for sure, and then I think I went back and got the other two later. Yeah, well, head where I'm going. I really gotta start carrying iron around. Whoa, jungle, apparently. That's really coming close. What the hell? How far up am I? 133. And now there's... Whoa, no. Bad. Get the hell up. That was really kind of close, huh? It's a mountain. Don't want to hit that. It's just... I got a new graphics card. You'd think this would be working, but it's just not loading as quickly as I'm flying through. Village. Okay, so wait, that one's right. Is it negative 11? Can't be. I guess it could be, but... I don't know, I'll know when I see it. Well, again, always. No, I think I've got a couple kilometers to go south. That would make the most sense, because otherwise I'd be seeing a desert right now. So yeah, there's a desert at about negative 19 by positive 12. And a village and a mountain right here, and another mountain, and more. Lots of little animals. Yeah, I've never loaded any of this. So no, it's never going to be 113-ish. I really don't know what's going to happen with that, because it was just so damned laggy trying to load this map into the new version. There's supposed to be some... I haven't really looked into it. I only found out about it today-ish. Something about an optimization of older maps, but I don't know if that means, you know, getting it to not lag on what I already have, or more like, you know, start it, because all the seeds are different, apparently. Maybe the next episode I'll kind of like start the map over in 113 and see what's different. And you can go back and compare that to the first episode of this series where we started in 112 something. I don't know if we were up to 112.2 at the time. There's that desert, so that's good. Yeah, and there's that. That marks a, there's a, I think, yeah, it's got to be that. There's a dungeon down the not really stairs that I've just never quite filled in, and it gets me, there's a portal to the end. So, you know, again, we're at 19-ish by 12, negative 19 by positive 12. My throat is going to fall out here in a minute, I'm sure of it. Yeah, so we've got this thing here, which leads into the end from which I would just go back home, so let's not quite do that yet. And come back. I should have done this in a different order. Yeah, let me out. I really gotta do something about this mess. It's just so stupid to try to walk around. Usually I come down, jump in, come out wherever I last slept, which is the island most of the time, because I sleep there and then take a card because nothing's trying to kill me in the... Well, things are always trying to kill me in the nether, but it's not the point. Just the point is that was very weird. Not much point trying to... Well, I don't want to fly anyway, because I got to make a stop here real quick. But I can sprint. So, that's a big cavern that I made. Or cavern, chasm. This hurts. I did that really stupidly. Let me go undo that. Can I get out of here? Probably. Yeah, there's that. This is a really old squid factory. You know, which I could probably even get... Well, I've got so much iron, I don't care very much. I could have these hoppers back if I really wanted them for anything. I don't think it's worth the effort. It'd be faster just to make all new ones. Chop down a few trees to get the wood, and then... I've got so much iron at this point, it's just stupid. But that was just a big, you know, spot where I could do it and fill it up with water and have squids in the desert, which means I don't actually even see any squids in there, which is odd. Yeah, I don't know. This is the second village between the first one I did right away and the third one I did way later after I had the materials to kill an ocean monument. This is the Chickinator Mark II, which just sucks. It clicks, it doesn't do any good. It's a mess. I've talked exhaustively about how much the thing sucks. I just don't want to talk about it right now. Probably because my throat hurts again. Sort of junk. These that I got out of the dungeon. There's a couple of well, there were a couple libraries. Now they're in here. And then we got you know, assorted crafting and anvil and stuff. And I've got a portal problem. I've never figured out. That's clicking. Damn it. I've never figured out what the problem really is. But I had the portal in the dungeon where we just were. You know, by the end portal. But every time I went through to get into the nether, I phased through lava for 1/10 of a second. It set me off. It was really annoying. So I broke the portal and built another portal. I think I built that one first. Went into the nether, and when I came out, I created a whole new one over there somewhere. And I've never got it to believe me about either of these existing. It just won't match up. I don't know. If I break that portal over there, it just grows back. Anyway, so yeah, Village the Second, and of course this is yet another damned iron factory, because I always knew, I don't know if there's going to be anything here, because yeah, 20 of them, but also some road. That gives you an indication of how new it is, really. I haven't been using this one much. Yeah, that stupid Chickinator, which just simply doesn't do... The idea that I had, and it just didn't work, was it works on a couple of observers, and it's a little like the third one that I now have, in that they crush each other to death over time, and then the eggs go in and go, well, would go through here and then into wherever and up and get shot out like that, and then they hatch and so on, but it just clicks interminably and gets jammed up, and there's nowhere for the meat and feathers to go, really. They just sort of end up cycling through the system, and eventually they'll build up. They go up faster than they move to the... It's a mess. It doesn't work. So I don't like it, and we're not going to talk about it. You know, more sugar cane, because yay. Some pre-existing food things. More carrots in the village, as always. Alright, and then from here we just go... I saw... yeah, I wonder if I can do this. Sorta. That was really kind of neat. That is, it marks, for like no good reason, where the portal, it just keeps happening as it's down. I guess I can do this. I'm so used to coming out, I've never really gone in. This portal just, no matter how, you can even see the, like, fossil footprints of where it's been a few times. It just, no matter what I do, it showed up and I broke it, and it showed up and I broke it, and it showed up and showed up and showed. Now it wants to be here, and there's just no ever getting rid of the damn thing. It just keeps coming back here. And this, I guess I can stop in real quick because I'm not going to be back here. We're about done. All things considered. Let go of me, please. Yeah. So then, of course, there's no cart. I think the cart is, you know, at the other. So, going up here in the cart, and then, you know, I've just got this. It goes about, I don't know. I do know. Let me find out. So about 400 meters, 500 maybe, through the nether here. Watch it spit me out where I want to be for once. Nope, it doesn't. It just sucks. It doesn't matter that much. At this point, the only reason to come here at all, really, is to get to the end. And I don't even necessarily... Well, obviously, I don't have to go through the nether to get here, because I flew here this time. But yeah, getting to the end does have its, advantages. If I can do that, if I can do exactly that, that'd be great. Whoa, no. Okay, thought that was going to be bad, but is that ice? I can't, no, it's just, fog. Well, the sun is setting, but that's okay, because I'm leaving where the sun exists. Get around that, please. Yeah, there is this whole dungeon here. Or, yeah, dungeon. I keep forgetting what things are called. I mean, like, I know what they're called, but just one to the next. There's dungeons, and there's mine shafts, and there's the woodland mansion, but honestly it's just not really worth discussing. It's not mine, I just found it, I cleared it out, there's nothing left. This is pretty cleared out too, it's, you know, man, it's a dungeon, what do you expect? And then we got the portal. The first thing I did when I got, well, this second thing I did after I killed a bunch of damned endermites was get rid of this. I don't want endermites for anything ever. There's not you. There are reasons to have these. There used to be more reasons. You know, you could kill them and get experience, but they're just. I left a thing behind. That's where the portal was, and then I, you know, went through. But this exact spot, more or less, you know, 1925, 1183. Going into the Nether, if you pass through that, and it's a bug. It's known. I don't know if it's fixed in 1.3. I don't know if it's fixed in 1.12.2. There's lava right there in the Nether. So while I don't come out in the lava, I go through it for just an instant, and it's just enough to set me on fire, and that's a bad day. So I moved the portal, and I've been regretting it because it was easier just to catch on fire a bit. Anyway, no point going to the woodland mansion. I don't think there's anything else in the surface. Well, I can just go through here. It doesn't matter. Anything else in the surface worth talking about? This away is my bowling ball factory, which is just a big disc, you know, like 48 meters up, with, I hope, with a, there should be still an endermite, with a name tag. I think, what did I name this one? I've done it twice, and one was named Chuckles, and the other was named, not Chuckles. Yeah, that must be working because they're falling down in droves. Anyway, the endermite can't evaporate. Yeah, and you can't hear me. And then, of course, the endermen see it from anywhere on that disc where they spawn. This is the only place they can spawn because this is all lit up. And that's, like, there's one right there, but if I move away a bit, he'll disappear too. So they spawn in the hundreds and all attack the. You know, maybe I can get up there. Can I get up there? Let me think about how. Well, yeah, because I can. Yeah, hang on. I'll just do this. I keep forgetting I have rockets. Hello? We have an issue. Okay, well, that was the end. And, there actually wasn't much else worth mentioning in there. If I went the other way, there was the portal back to where I am now. I don't know why it wouldn't let me jump. It just didn't let me do it. Why was my... Oh, because I slept in a bed and then dug it up again. So, yeah, there was the portal back to wherever I'm going to be. There's end cities, of course. That's where I got the shulkers. But that's basically it, as far as what I've actually built in the last, like, year, in the last 100 episodes. All of which is, you know, kind of subject to change, because 1.13, I think I like it, but it is not happy with this existing map. It was, the carts aren't, and this thing was jammed up, you know, well, we did this in the pre-release, and the same thing happened where the cart just inched along, you know, like a meter every 3 seconds. It's jittering. It was stupid. There's a villager in the whatever. But yeah, that's essentially what I've got. I've got a lot of, well, I got a lot of stuff, and there's no denying that I've got all of the trees, and the teleporty fruit stuff, all of the foods. That I really do want to get this map into 1.13 because it's going to double the number of things we can, you know, have or do or whatever you want to call it. But I have a lot of stuff here that I'm just not doing anything with yet. I could really collect a whole lot of this stuff, cook it, turn it into the, you know, little chandelier lights, whatever they're called. That would be cool. I seriously, I want to link up the iron output from this village to, you know, it's 20 meters that way and then 60 meters, well, 50 meters down. And it's just going to keep jamming up with roses, and which is going to happen regardless where it is, but I can give it more time. And if it's all... I don't want to use mine carts, well, partly because apparently I can't trust them. They, in 113, they just so far aren't working at all. But I've got the materials. I'm just going to hopper chain them. You know, however many dozens of meters, probably a couple hundred meters. Yeah, these are every 5, so I can just count them. I think I just picked up a... Yeah, I did. It just handed it to me. That was nice. Get it over to about this point here. I'm nuts. But another 30... Well, another 20 meters down. Yes, I don't care. And then we can, I'll just patch it into this thing somewhere. And the advantage there, if absolutely nothing else, is that if it, you know, wants to jam up, it can... I don't think it could jam up, because I've got the... Well, first I've got the cacti constantly coming in, but second, that would be another stream of stuff. Basically, I build it through... It's at... whatever it's at, I can't think now. Not too far off from the 139 we're on here. So... It's probably a little more. Probably about here. Ish. No, it's got to be more like one. It doesn't matter. What matters is I can get it over here and elevator it like this up into just this path here of stuff, which should be all empty anyway. And that will allow me to. Actually, I really don't want these. That'll allow me to. You know, not only clear out the damned jumble of roses in the basement, but it'll also add additional, you know, if the cacti aren't growing fast enough, and it's possible, I guess. It'll just add more. It'll all consolidate into this big thing, and then it'll run out of space faster, and I'll have to deal with it. I can start pulling out... Like these are really filling up, because that's almost half the stuff coming in. I mean, it takes a little bit of effort for a bunch of fish to kill a golem, but it obviously does happen. Each time I get 3 to 5 of these things, and this stands a real chance of just filling the hell up and breaking everything. I'll probably start, because like I've been doing with the gold, I'm like, I don't know what to do with the meat. I mean, I can get villagers to take it off my hands. There's only so much you can carry at once. Meat's not a real good commodity. I can start consolidating. I can cube these. That'll give me like 1/9 of what I have right now, and I can move them somewhere else while I'm doing it. I think that's basically what yeah, the elevator I don't like. The Chickinator Mark II I don't like. There's a lot of things I just don't like. Like, I don't even care enough to get rid of them. I probably should get rid of them. They make noise. The Chickinator makes noise. This one's way better. And the Ovenator here, I want to kind of eventually replicate the hell over by the house, because what I've got there is way too manual an effort. If I do this over there, I can just dump in everything into one spot, and it'll, you know, not exactly this, but pretty close. You know, where it's all one feed, whatever goes in, whether it's rocks or logs or whatever, it does its job and it works out. I mentioned, I think last time or so, that tree is gonna... This tree will be okay. Goofy, but okay. In 113, these 2x2 spruce trees... I don't know if the jungle trees do it. I kind of don't think so. Or the dark oak. When they grow, it turns the dirt into podzol, which is goofy enough, but then worse, podzol spreads. And it doesn't spread like mycelium. Well, it does. But if I put podzol down here, if I put mycelium there, it's happy. It stays, it does its job, it sits there being mycelium. If I put podzol down, it infects, it takes over all the grass. And I've got silk touch stuff, I can have grass ready to go, but it's still a hassle. I don't want a pasture of podzol. And I don't want a long enough that's not the right tree. That tree is in the middle of nowhere, it doesn't matter. That one's right you know, there's grass beneath it, and I don't want it podzoling, so I'm going to have to take that out when we go to 113. Again, if we go to 113. I'm really going to, I think that's going to be my next thing. I just want to, we've done this now, we saw most of the world. And again, there's a skeleton factory, but you can probably imagine what that's like. It's just not really worth the downtime to get to it and look at it there, we're done. There's not much else I can think of that we've got. Well, stuff in the end, but I'm really not going all the way back there right now. Trust me, it was where dragons used to, well, a dragon used to live, and then I had a kilometer-long bridge out to the outer rim that from there I could fly, well, walk around until I got shulkers and you know, a set of elytra, and then I could fly around, and life's been fairly easy since then. And then I've just got a whole bunch of you know, rockets on me at any given time, although I don't have a real sustainable gunpowder factory at the moment, which is, you know, it's just amazing how much gunpowder I've thrown away over the years in this and any other map, because I don't want this stuff. And you know, we suddenly get fireworks that make you fly around real fast, and I wish I had it all back. Yeah, oh, you know, I'd probably be happier down there if I'm going to show you this. Let's get to, like, because meets the first one. I mean, it just is. Dumb luck is easy to reach. I think, yeah, this is bad. This is so utterly, that's really, yeah. So, meet up to 178 from, like, you know, 61 or whatever the hell is down there. That's a hell of a, and, you know, times 5. 5 stacks per level at over 100 level. I've got, you know, 500 odd, 600 maybe stacks of meat. It's a lot. It's like 36,000, I think, ish. It's an estimate, but you know, it's a lot. I mean, I don't know what I can ever do with it. It would take a day or two just to pull it out and throw it into the ocean, which I should get to, because, you know, if I wait for 113, it'll float. Well, so, you know, that's the world. And that was amazingly, I'm hungry. I've been sick, and I'm just starving. My stomach just growled, and I think it may have been loud enough the microphone picked it. I am in pain. I am so hungry. I gotta go eat the kitchen. I'm gonna do that. That was loud. I think the cat looked over at me and said, "What are you up to? Are you growling?" "No, I just want food. So you're made of meat. Stay away." I don't want to smack this guy right now. I am really bewildered. That I don't know. I've never seen that. It was weird. Anyway, that's what I got. And that's the world. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see what optimization is about. If there's a way to practically get this ported over to, or well, not ported so much. Yeah, optimized over to 113 so it actually works. I guess I could. They're not actually mad at me. That's good news. I don't really want to be reminded that you did that to me. Just get out. Okay. I'll look into it. If we can get this updated to 113, that'd be awesome. We can do that. If not, I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, there's the option of staying with 112. There's the option of just actually, yeah, I really think the next episode I might just, for the hell of it, restart the map in technically a whole new file and just see, relative to the last 100 episodes, you know, that we can look at and see the differences, you know, just what's different in 113 on this seed. I don't know, it's something to do. I might look into it. I did look into it once back in, like, it wasn't even pre-releases. It was, you know, snapshot 18. It was way the hell back. It was like 6 months ago. I just, you know, what happens if I load the seed in what we're going to have and eventually, and what happened was it was totally different. Just really not what I wanted. Alright. Alright, well, so for now I'm just sort of... My voice hurts and my stomach is eating itself and I gotta go and, do something next time, whenever that is. It might be later tonight, it might be next week, I don't really know. I'll look into a couple of things and see what I can reasonably get away with the soonest. You know, one way or the other, something will happen. So, here, I'll do this because everyone does it. Yeah, so I look all stupid with the wings on there, don't I? Where's... I am really not... Alright, I'm not going to be able to do that. Let me... Where is it there? Give me that. Give me that. And now I look like still stupid, but what do you want? Alright, so I'll wave with my sword. That's really threatening, and I've got the missiles that I can't fire because I'm standing. And I'll just, he's trying to sneak up behind me. And him. Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out what I want to do next, and I'll see you then. So, bye.